Hello, everybody. This is Deborah at San Antonio, Texas, and I'm making this video because it's an update on my tumor. The thing was that I had made a previous video about my experience about my embolization that I had back in December, and now I'm gonna make this video, and I ended up going to a follow-up, and they told me that the beads that they used didn't actually shrink the tumor or kill it. So it actually just like took away like 1 centimeter. But I had a big tumor. It was 7 centimeters. So it went down to 6 centimeters. They said, or about 6. So they said they were gonna have to do a second embolization. So of course I was ready, like, I've done it, I went in, I came out. Okay. But I will say this time it's been hell. It's been hell. I went in so confident, just confident. I wasn't even scared or anything. I went in thinking it was gonna be just like the first time, and I came out of there, and I'll say that while I was laying down, they would explain to me things, but it's not like if I'm gonna remember everything. I mean, it's during the procedure. Um, I'm trying not to think about it. I'm just looking up straight up at the ceiling, and I'm just praying and praying and praying and letting them do their job. All of a sudden, I felt my face going numb, and my face went numb, and it started to go like very slowly, like very slowly. And I said to them, "Is this supposed to be happening?" And they said, "What?" And I said, "My face is supposed to be going numb," and it was going at the same time. And I was like, "Help me! Is it supposed to be going numb?" And they were like, "What?" And then one of them said, "Just go check." And then when the other nurse got next to me, she was like, "What?" And I told her, and it was already like up to my throat. She was like, "Oh, okay." And then she started pressing some buttons on the machine, and all of a sudden it got good. But I did hear that the doctor just picked up his hands, and he was the one that was actually working the procedure. I saw him pick up his hands, and he just turned around like he didn't know what to do, like he freaked out. In other words, not that he didn't know what to do, he just freaked out. Um, and he just said, "She has hypertension. She has hypertension." And I was like, "Okay, I have hypertension." I didn't know what hypertension is. I mean, when it comes to all that medical stuff, I really don't know much. Um, so they said I had hypertension, and after everything, I just said, I heard when he said, "It's 197, we gotta lower it, we gotta lower it." So I didn't know what they were talking about still. Um, all of a sudden, my body really felt more relaxed. So the numbness went away. Thank God, because it felt ugly. The numbness went away, and they went on with the procedure. And when they finished, I went back to where they send you back to the recovery. And I was aching. I was aching. I was hurting. I was in pain. Pain. Not just pain. I was in pain. And I'm a person that usually tries to say I don't want to take that much medicine. Don't give me that many pills, please. But the first thing I said was, "Can I have a medicine? Can I have medication, something to take away the pain? And please hurry." I mean, it was hurting me like crazy. I mean, I cried because it hurt. It really, really hurt. It was nothing like the first time. They gave me more medication. This just happened on Tuesday, and today's Saturday. Saturday early morning, of course. They gave me more medication, of course, with pain. Hydrocodone something. And then they gave me ondansetron, something for nausea and vomiting. And they gave me this bottle. And it's supposed to help with constipation because taking Narcos will make you constipated, and this other powder takes away the constipation. But this powder doesn't taste like nothing. I just personally don't like pills. I mean, for real, I really don't. Even though these are the nausea vomiting, they're like it's a little tablet, but it dissolves in your mouth on your tongue. It tastes fruity, but I don't like pills. I just don't like it. I don't care what flavor it comes in. I don't like pills. I'm not good with liquids. I just don't like medicine at all. I mean, pills, liquid, whatever. The powder is the only thing I could tolerate, and it's only because it has no taste to it. Um, it's an 8 ounce glass of water. I put the powder in there, and it don't taste like nothing. It actually, well, it actually tastes like if, like I put it in bottled water because I drink from bottled water. It actually tastes as if you're drinking out of like water from the sink. That's what it actually tastes like. So I mean, which is not really bad, but it's passable. Um, but when they released me, I was in and out. I know they gave me morphine. They say morphine helps with the pain. I can tell you from my experience with morphine, morphine does not help. At least for me, it doesn't. They gave me morphine, and morphine only makes me very, very sleepy. It doesn't take away the pain. I could feel all the pain, but I am just asleep, and I wake up, and I'm like in and out, in and out, in and out. Just it hurts, and I'm falling asleep. I'm falling asleep, but I'm still screaming that it hurts. And that's why they end up having to give me all these other medications. But morphine doesn't work. Not for myself, like I said. I don't like morphine. I don't want morphine. I've told them before I don't want morphine. And even when I told them that, they still gave me another one in my IV. Um, I don't like it. They gave it to me. I don't know. But after that, they sent me home on morphine. So you can imagine after I had to know, they still gave me a little bit more. When I was sent home, my husband was actually helping me change, and because I couldn't do it by myself. Um, I was aching. I was in pain. My body was hurting. I was sleepy from all that. I had pills. I mean, I had drank a pill. I had medication in my system, and then I had morphine. It was horrible, horrible. Um, I know he pushed me on the wheelchair. The one of the nurses guys, whatever they are, he pushed me on the wheelchair out. And when I looked, I just know I was in the pharmacy, and I kept on trying to pick up my head, and I felt like this, like if I was like this, like I couldn't, and I just kept trying to look like sideways. And my husband looked at me. He just said, "You okay?" And I was like, "I can't open my eyes that much." And he was like, "You've been asleep right here the whole time when I'm waiting for your medication." And I was like, but I just couldn't hold it. I couldn't do nothing. Um, all of a sudden, it's like if I heard my name, like when they the pharmacy called my name at 10 minutes, and it's like I was just like, and I know they were telling my husband something, but I couldn't really pay like attention, like to hear clearly. And then I was the only one there, so I was like, I still couldn't hear anything. But when my husband came, he just put the wheelchair there, and he was like, "Let me leave you here to get someone to come and take care of you." And I go, "No." I said, "No." I go, "I'd rather walk it slowly, slowly, but I'd rather walk it." So I got off the wheelchair and I walked out. I came home. It was ugly being here at home. My sister was taking care of my kids, which actually helps a lot. Um, I just don't want them to see me like that. And then the next day, it was even worse. I mean, all I did was vomit and vomit. My body was in even more pain. I mean, It was horrible. It was horrible. My kids came back, so I just stayed in my room. They did what they usually do, just knock on my door and ask me whatever they're gonna ask me. But like I said, this happened Saturday, Tuesday. This happened Tuesday, and today's Saturday already. Um, at least I'm already walking. I'll tell you that much. They say you walk in 24 hours. You know, you need more rest, whatever. Then 24 hours you could drive already. That's what the instructions say. Within 24 hours you can drive. Do not take a bath for like 5 days or something, but you could take showers and take your medications and all this other stuff. Do not carry nothing over 10 pounds for a week at least and all this other stuff, whatever. But even though they tell you 24 hours, I'm not just gonna get up and go drive. I know I cannot drive still. I mean, my pain is right on my groin. Maybe, and I still don't think it would work either because I mean it's in your hand. You need your hands to drive. But they say that they go through your vein, but to me they went into the groin the first time, and this time, well, of course, they had to do it the same way. So they went in through my groin, and it hurts. It hurts. I mean, it hurts for me to just get up and even walk to the restroom sometimes. Like right now, I'm already feeling better. At least my nausea stopped. I'm not constipated. Um, so I feel a lot better, but I feel bad for the way I felt during these past couple of days. The only thing right now that I have is I walk real slow. And I'm usually like the person that's like a speedy walker. I usually walk real quickly. I'm in and out of the stores and really quickly. I go shopping quickly. I don't walk behind people at pacing steps. I speed around them and just go what I'm gonna get and I'm out. Right now I'm like can't even go to the store like this because I'm like if I go I feel bad for the people that are gonna be behind me because they're gonna be like, "What the hell, the way woman?" But I mean, of course, they don't know what I'm going through. But I just send my husband to the grocery store with my kids, and they go and they get the groceries and stuff, whatever it is that we need here for the house. For the house. But I just wanted to let y'all know that. And at this point, like when they told me at the beginning, this is like a better choice than embolization because you can avoid surgery. And if you do surgery, you're probably gonna need about 6 months recovery and yada yada yada. I mean, I recovered like pretty quickly from the first time from the first embolization, and this one's actually killing me. It feels worse than having my kids do cesarean. It feels worse. I mean, at least with my kids, I'm able to walk straight the next day. I mean, even that same day, I mean, if they get me up, I'm able to walk even if I'm bending over. I mean, but I'm walking like a letter L nearly, right? But I'm walking. This is just horrible, horrible. And even though they say what they say, I mean, at this point, I'm actually thinking if I would have had to go back in time and switch. And I always say I never regret. I take it as it is. And but for real, this time I should have just said I wanted surgery so they could just go in there, operate me, and take out the tumor, and that be done with that. Because it's been since December the 20th that I had my embolization. So most likely they would have done the surgery around that time. So I mean, imagine December, it would have been January, February, March, April, May, June. I would have recovered at least by June, right? I mean, maybe even sooner. I mean, you never know. But these symbolizations were killing me. And like right now, like I said, I just came out. I'm still waiting to receive a phone call from the hospital because they're gonna give me a follow up in 4 to 6 weeks. That follow up is still gonna be to give me another CT scan to see how the tumor, if it's shrunk, if it's died, or what. And if it has, then it was a success. And if it hasn't, then they'll go from there. And I'm like, You're trying to kill me slowly. I mean, they of course they told me this before going in on Tuesday, but I was like, now it's just like, oh my god. So I just wanted to let you know, and I'm sorry for tearing up, but that's the real me. That's how I really feel about it, and I mostly feel for my kids because I have 6 kids, and I don't like my kids seeing me like that. My kids are used to seeing me up and ready and cleaning and doing everything. I mean, they're used to that, and I just don't feel like me right now. Just sitting here and looking at the computer. I mean, just, it doesn't feel like me. But I probably just have to wait till I get a little bit better and get up and clean something. Once I'm able to get up and clean, I mean, the house is clean. I'm not gonna lie. They clean up. I mean, the oldest one does her chores. The second one does her chores. My third son does his chores. The little ones pick up their toys and all the shoes and put them in the cubbies. And my husband cooks and he helps clean, like mopping. Because I mean, everything's fine. I'm not doing any chores, but I mean, I like doing it, and I'm not doing that now. When I feel like if I'm just here, but okay, I'll get over it. I just need a couple of more days, I guess. So just thought to let y'all know, and I guess maybe from watching the first video and then watching this video, you can make a decision if anyone has told you the same about a tumor or something. Maybe you can go from there. Mine's not non-cancerous. I mean, I'm thankful for God for that, but it still hurts. Bye.